So friends, first of all, thanks for being here in my YouTube channel. So friends, in this lesson number 2, we are going to solve a quadratic equation that is based on type number 1. So friends, listen carefully. So here it is x square, x and a constant. So we can say this equation as a quadratic equation. Similarly, y square, y and a constant. So we can say that y term is also a quadratic equation. So friends, this is called as type number 1 quadratic equation. Why? Because before x square there is no constant, and similarly before y square there is no constant. So friends, don't forget to watch my lesson number 1, because lesson number 1 is the overview of equation topic, which is most important. How to compare a value, then how to check whether it is a quadratic equation or linear equation. So everything is important. Don't forget to watch lesson number 1, basics on the topic equation. So friends, let me move on to question number 1. So x square plus 11x plus 28 is equal to 0, and similarly y square plus 13y plus 40 equal to 0. So by using this quadratic equation, we need to find the value of x, and similarly we need to find the value of y, and we need to compare it, and we need to say what is the relationship between x and y. So friends, listen here. First of all, let me solve this x term alone, right? X square plus 11x plus 28. So here the number is plus 28. We need to find the factors, right? The number that we are going to multiply, two numbers that we are going to multiply, the resultant should be 28. When we add two numbers, the resultant should be plus 11. So we need to guess what is the factor. So once 28 is a smaller number, right? We know the multiples of 28. 7 into 4 will be 28. So 7 4s are 28. Listen carefully, friends. When we multiply both the numbers, 7 into 4 will be 28. When we add both the numbers, the resultant should be plus 11. So 7 plus 4 will be 11. So finally we found the factors as 7 and 4. So friends, listen carefully while writing the value of x1. Here it is plus 7, right? But while writing, you need to change the sign. So x1 is equal to minus 7. And here it is plus 4. So while writing, x2 is equal to minus 4. So finally we got the value of x, that is x1 is equal to minus 4 and x2 is equal to x1 is equal to minus 7 and x2 is equal to minus 4. So friends, let me move on to the second equation, that is y square plus 13y plus 40. So friends, here it is plus 40, right? So the number that we are going to multiply, the resultant should be 40. When we add both the numbers, the resultant should be plus 13. 40 is a smaller number, right? We know the multiples. 10 into 4 is a 40, or 8 into 5 is a 40. But our target to bring 13, right? So we can say that 8 5s are 40. So friends, plus 8 and plus 5. When we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be 40. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 13. So finally we got the factors of y, that is plus 8 and plus 5. So friends, remember that while writing, that is y1 is equal to, here it is plus 8, but while writing you need to change the sign as minus 8. So y2 is equals to, here it is plus 5, so we need to write this as minus 5. So friends, after finding the value of x and y, we need to compare this. So friends, I think in lesson number 1 itself, I have told you how to compare these values, which is most important. Comparison is important. Finding a value is easy, but students will make a mistake while comparing a value. So friends, listen here. x1 will be minus 7, x2 will be minus 4 and minus 4. The concept is we need to compare all the x value with the y value, right? And here the y1 is minus 8 and minus 5. Minus 8 and minus 5. So friends, the logic behind is x1 y1, x1 y2, then x2 y1, x2 y2. So we need to compare all the x value with the y terms. So friends, minus 7 minus 8, minus 7 is greater than. Minus 7 minus 5, minus 5 is greater than. Minus 4 minus 8, minus 4 is greater than. Minus 4 minus 5, again minus 4 is greater than. So finally, by comparing all the values, greater than, less than, greater than and greater than. So we can definitely say that here it is a greater than, less than symbol occurs. So we can say that the relationship between x and y cannot be established. We can't able to say whether it's greater than or less than or equal to. So finally, the relationship of x and y cannot be established. Question number 2. So x square, x and a constant. So we can say that this equation is a quadratic equation. So x square minus x and minus 30. Similarly, the second equation is also a quadratic equation. Y square, y and a constant. So by using this, we need to say what is the relationship between x and y. So friends, listen carefully. Here it is minus 30, right? So minus 30. The two number that we are going to multiply, the resultant should be minus 30. But when we add the two numbers, the resultant should be minus 1. Listen carefully. Here it is minus 1. So friends, 30 can be taken as 10 into 330 or 6 into 530. So friends, listen carefully. I am just going to write this as 6 and 5. but our target to bring minus 30 when we multiply both the numbers. Similarly, when we add both the numbers, the resultant should be minus 1. So I can write this as minus 6 and plus 5. When we multiply both the numbers, minus 6 into plus 5, the resultant will be minus 30. When we add both the numbers, minus 6 plus 5, the resultant will be minus 1. So finally we can say that the value of x1. So friends, listen here. Here it is minus 6, but while writing you need to change the sign as plus 6. And similarly x2. Here it is plus 5, but while writing you need to change the sign as minus 5. So finally we got the factors, that is x1 is equal to 6 and x2 is equal to minus 5. So let me move on to the second expression. So y square plus 12y plus 36. So here it is plus 36, right? The two number that we are going to multiply, it should be 36. So 6 into 6 will be 36, or 9 into 4 will be 36. But our target to bring plus 12. So only way is we can write this as 6 and 6. So when we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 36. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 12. But while writing you need to change the sign. Here it is plus 6, while writing you need to write this as minus 6. And similarly y2, here it is plus 6, but while writing it should be minus 6. So finally we found the factors of x, that is plus 6 minus y that is minus 6 and minus 6. Now we need to compare this and we need to say what is the relationship between x and y. So friends, comparing is important. Don't forget to watch lesson number 1, right? So here it is x1, that is 6, x1 6, x2 minus 5 and minus 5. So y1 y2, y1 y2. So y1 will be minus 6, minus 6, minus 6 and minus 6. The concept behind here is we need to compare all the x value with the y term, right? So 6 and minus 6, 6 is greater than 6 minus 6, again 6 is greater than minus 5 minus 6, minus 5 is greater than minus 5 minus 6, minus 5 is greater than. So these are the x values and this y value. So friends, by comparing all the x values with the y value, here x is greater than y, x is greater than y, and again x is greater than y, x is greater than y. So finally the relationship between x and y is x is greater than y. So finally we got an answer for this equation question, that is x greater than y. Question number 3. So x square plus 3x minus 28 is equal to 0. So again it's a quadratic equation. Similarly the second expression is also a quadratic equation, y square, y and a constant. So friends, first of all here it is minus 28, right? So the two number that we are going to multiply, the resultant should be minus 28. But when we add both the numbers, the resultant should be plus 3. I think 7 4s are 28, right? 7 into 4 will be 28. But multiplying we need to get as minus 28. So let me do one thing, minus 7 and plus 4. So friends, listen carefully. When we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be minus 28. But when we add both the numbers, resultant will be minus 3. But our target to bring plus 3. So this can be taken as plus 7 and minus 4. So friends, when we multiply both the numbers, plus 7 into minus 4, resultant will be minus 28. But when we add both the numbers, 7 plus 7 minus 4, the resultant will be plus 3. So finally we found the value of x1. So here it is plus 7, but while writing you need to change the sign as minus 7. And this is x2 will be minus 4, but while writing you need to change the sign as plus 4. So finally we found the factors of x term, that is x1 is equal to minus 7, then x2 is equal to plus 4. So be careful while finding the factors. The second expression is y square minus 11y plus 28 is equal to 0. So similarly here it is plus 28. So we need to find the factors, right? So 28, again 7 4s are 28. So friends, when we multiply both the numbers, the resultant should be plus 28. But when we add both the numbers, the resultant should be minus 11. So this can be taken as minus 7 and minus 4. So friends, minus 7 into minus 4, the resultant will be plus 28. Minus 7 plus minus 4, when we add both the numbers, minus 7 and minus 4, the resultant will be minus 11. So we can say that y1, so here it is minus 7, but while writing you need to change the sign as plus 7. So y2, here it is minus 4, but while writing it should be plus 4. Now our target to compare this value, which we saw in lesson number 1, right? So we need to compare all the x value with the y value. That is the concept. So x value will be minus 7 and minus 7, x2 will be 4 and 4. So y1 will be 7, y2 plus 4. So 7 and 4. So friends, while comparing minus 7 and plus 7, so we can say that plus 7 is greater than and similarly minus 7 plus 4. So plus 4 is greater than 4 and 7. Again 7 is greater than, so 4 and 4 it is equal to. So friends, while comparing all the x value with the y value, we can say that less than x less than y, x less than y, x less than y, here x equal to y. So finally we can say the answer is x less than or equal to y for this expression. So finally we got an answer, that is x less than or equal to y. Question number 4. So x square minus 17x plus 72 is equal to 0. So again it's a quadratic equation, but before x square there is no constant. Similarly the second expression is also a quadratic equation. So let me move on to the first expression, friends. So here it is plus 72. So plus 72, I think the multiples will be 8 9s are 72, right? So 8 and 9. So when we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 72. But when we add both the numbers, the resultant should be minus 17. So this can be taken as minus 8 and minus 9. So when we multiply both the numbers, minus 8 into minus 9, the resultant will be plus 72. When we add both the numbers, minus 8 and minus 9, the resultant will be minus 17. So while writing, you need to change the sign, which is important. So here it is minus 8, but while writing it should be plus 8. And here it is minus 9, but while writing it should be plus 9. So finally we got the factors of x, that is plus 8 and plus 9. So the second expression is y square minus 7y plus 12 is equal to 0. So here it is plus 12. So I think this 12 can be taken as 4 into 3 12, 6 into 2 12. But when we write here as 6 into 2, but we won't get an answer as minus 4. So this can be taken as 4 and 3. So friends, listen carefully. So minus 4 and minus 3. When we multiply both the numbers, minus 4 into minus 3, the resultant will be plus 12. When we add both the numbers, minus 4 and minus 3, the resultant will be minus 7. But while writing, change the sign. So here it is minus 4, but while writing it should be plus 4. And here it is minus 3, but while writing it should be plus 3. So finally we found the factors, that is x will be plus 8 plus 9 and y will be plus 4 and plus 3. Now we need to compare this. The concept behind comparing is we need to compare all the x value with the y value. So friends, kindly without watching lesson number 1, don't jump to this lesson because you don't know how to compare a value. So friends, here it is plus 8, right? So plus 8 and plus 8 x value, and the second x value will be plus 9 and plus 9. So the y values are 4, 3, 4 and 3. So all the values are positive. So friends, while comparing, so 8 and 4, we can say that 8 is greater than, 8 is greater than, 9 is greater than, again 9 is greater than. So by comparing all the x value with y value, so x is greater than y, again x greater than, greater than, greater than. So we can say that the relationship between x and y will be x greater than y. So finally we got an answer for question number 4, that is x greater than y. Question number 5. So x square minus 26x plus 168. So first expression is a quadratic equation, and x before x square there is no constant. Similarly the second expression they have given is also a quadratic equation. So friends, in previous 4 question, all the previous 4 question are so simple because here the number is 36. We found the factor will be 9 4. If it is 28, 7 4. Everything is easy. But when we move on to a question like this, by seeing 168, finding the multiple is so difficult, right? So 168 we will use to think in the exam what is the multiples of 168. And similarly here it is 156. So friends, there is a shortcut to find the factors easily if it is a 3-digit number or if it is a 4-digit number. So friends, listen carefully. By seeing this 168, right? So here the number is plus 168. So now we need to find the factors. So listen carefully how I am solving. If you are a beginner, so practice more number of questions, you will easily crack this type of quadratic equation within 30 or 20 seconds, right? So friends, 168, just check which rule it satisfies. 168 is a square number? No, 168 is not a square number. 169 is a square number, but 168 is not a square number. So rule number 1 is eliminated. Rule number 2, cube number. Whether it's a cube number? No, it's not a cube number. Rule number 2, eliminated. Rule number 3, it's an odd number or even number? It's an even number. So rule number 3, eliminated. The last rule, which is even number. So we can say that 168 is an even number. So if the given number is an even number, first of all divide this number by 2. So friends, when we divide this number by 2, listen carefully. So this can be taken as 8 2s are 16, 4 2s are 8. So friends, got it. So 84 into 2, the resultant will be 168. We have initially seen this 168 is an even number, square number, or odd number, or a cube number. We can say that 168 will be an even number. So because of even number, according to my methodology, we need to divide this by 2. When we divide this by 2, this 168 can be split as 2 and 84. So friends, listen carefully. Bring this 2 to the next step, right? So this 84, again this 84 is an even number, right? So this can be taken as, again divide this by 2. So I think 4 2s are 8, 2 2s are, so 42. So bring this 2 to the denominator, again bring this 2 to the denominator, don't miss any numbers, right? So 42, now we have 42 is an easy number, right? So 42, 6 7s are 42. So this 42 can be taken as 6 and 6. So friends, finally we have split this 3-digit number as a single digit, right? Listen carefully. 2 into 2 will be 4. 6 into 4 will be 24. 24 into 7 will be 168. That is not a matter, right? So finally we have split this 3-digit number as a smaller numbers. Now finding the factors will get so simple. Listen here friends, 2, 2, 6 and 7, but our target to bring minus 26. So this can be written as 6 into 2 will be 12. Listen carefully, I am just going to multiply both the numbers. 6 into 2 will be 12. 7 into 2 will be 14. But our target to bring minus 26, so finally minus 12 and minus 14. When we multiply both the numbers, listen friends, when we multiply minus 12 minus 14, the resultant will be plus 168. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be minus 28. So finally we found the factors, that is minus 12 and minus 14. So friends, this is one of the most important step if you need to find the factors fastly. So 168 is an even number. So because of 168 even number, we have divided this by 2, that is 2 into 84. Again 84 can be taken as 2 into 42. Now 42 we know that multiples are 6 into 7. So friends, listen carefully. After writing the final step, we need to think how to get this minus 26. So 6 into 2 will be 12, 7 into 2 will be 14. So minus 12 minus 14, the resultant will be minus 26. We can multiply 3 numbers or we can multiply 4 numbers, whatever be, but our target to bring minus 26. So friends, here it is minus 12, but while writing you need to change the sign as plus 12. And similarly here it is minus 14, but while writing it should be plus 14. So finally we found the factors, that is x1 will be plus 12 and x2 will be plus 14. So let me move on to the second equation, that is y square minus 25y plus 156 is equal to 0. Again here it is 156, which is a 3-digit number, right? Okay, so initially check whether 156 is a square number. No, not a square number, not a cube number. Whether it's an odd number, no, but 156 is an even number. So if it is an even number, first of all divide this by 2. So when we divide this by 2, 7 2s are 14, 8 2s are 16. So finally this 158 can be written as 2 into 78. So bring this 2 to the next step. And 78 is an even number, right? So again this 78 divide by 2. So 3 2s are 6. The remainder will be 1. 9 2s are 18. So again bring this 2 to the denominator. 2 to the denominator. And 39. I think 39 can be taken as 13 into 3. 13 into 3 will be 39. So finally we can't able to split this 13. So let me stop here, right? So 2, 2, 13 and 3. So friends, by using the last step, we need to think what will be the factors if we need to get minus 25. So I think let me do one thing friends. Here it is 13, right? Minus 25. So let me multiply. 3 into 2 will be 6. Friends, listen carefully. 3 into 2 will be 6. 6 into 2 will be 12 and the remaining number will be 13. So friends, by multiplying the 3 numbers, so 3 into 2 will be 6, 6 into 2 will be 12, the remaining number is 13. When we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 156. But when we add both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 25. But here it is minus 25, right? So we can directly write as minus 12 and minus 13. When we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be plus. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be minus 25. So finally we got the factors, that is y1, here it is minus 12, but writing it should be plus 12. y2, here it is minus 13, but while writing it should be plus 13. So finally we got the value of x and y, that is plus 12 and plus 14, and y value will be plus 12 and plus 13. Now we need to compare this. So x will be 12, 12, x2 will be 14 and 14. And y1 will be 12, y2 will be 13, y1 will be 12 and y2 will be 13. So while comparing this, this will be equal. So here y is greater than, here x is greater than, here x is greater than. So friends, by comparing all the x terms with the y term, we can surely say that here it is less than and greater than. So if we find while comparing that is less than and greater than here, definitely the relationship cannot be established. So we can't able to say what is the relationship between x and y. So finally we got an answer for question number 6, that is x and y relationship cannot be established. Question number 6. So x square minus 29x plus 198 is equal to 0. Again the given expression, both the expression is a quadratic equation. So friends, here it is plus 198. And we need to find what is the factors, right? Because of a 3-digit number, we used to follow the certain rules, right? So friends, this is not mandatory. If you want, you can follow, or if you know what is the multiples, you can directly solve this question, right? I am just talking about the students who are feeling difficult to find the factors. So use that rule, you can able to find the factors easily. So friends, 198, whether it's a square number, no, it's not a square number, not a cube number, not an odd number, but it satisfies the fourth rule, it's an even number. If it is an even number, friends, listen carefully, 198 is an even number. So we need to divide this by 2 initially. So when we divide this by 2, so 9 into 2 will be 18. So again 9 2s are 18. So 2 into 99 will be 198. So bring this 2 to the next step. And this 99 can be written as 3 into 33 or 9 into 11. Whatever be, I can write this as 9 into 11. So friends, our target to bring minus 29, right? So let we do one thing. I think 9 into 2, friends, listen carefully. 9 into 2 will be 18, right? And here it is 11. So when we add both the numbers, the resultant will be 29. But our target to bring minus 29. So this can be taken as minus 18 and minus 11. That's it. So minus 18 into minus 11 will be plus 198. So minus 18 plus minus 11. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be minus 29. So finally the factors of x1. Here it is minus 18, but while writing you need to change the sign as plus 18. And here it is minus 11, but while writing it should be plus 11. So finally we got an answer, that is x1 is equal to 18 and x2 is equal to plus 11. So the second expression is y square minus 23y plus 132 is equal to 0. So friends, here it is 132. So again it's an even number, so falls on rule number 4. If it is an even number, divide by 2. So friends, similarly, if it is an odd number, think that here it is an odd number. What is the rule? We need to divide by 3. If it is a square number, example I am saying, if here it is 144, think that if it is 144, we need to write this as 12 into 12. That's it. If it's a cube number, write as 8 into 8 into 8. So 132 even number, divide by 2. So this can be written as 6 into 2 will be 12. Again 6 into 2 will be 12. So bring this 2 to the denominator. So this 66 can be written as 11 into 6, because 11 into 6 will be 66. Our target to bring 23, right? So we do one thing. We can write this as 6 into 2 will be 12 and keep this 11 as it is. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be 23, but our target to bring minus 23, so minus 12 and minus 11, that's it. So minus 12 and minus 11, so we can, when we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be 132, that is plus 132. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be minus 23. So we can say the minus 12, but while writing, change the sign as plus 12. And similarly y2, here it is minus 11, but while writing it should be plus 11. So finally we got the factors of x and y, that is plus 18, plus 11 and plus 12 and plus 11. So friends, this can be, we need to compare this. So x value will be 18, 18 and x2 will be 11, 11. So a y1 will be 12, 11, 12 and 11. The concept behind here is we need to compare all the x value with the y value, which we saw in lesson number 1, right? So 18 is greater than, here 18 is greater than, but here 12 is greater than, it is equal to. So friends, while comparing, we got 1 less than and 1 greater than. So definitely we can say that x and y, the relationship cannot be established. So relationship cannot be established. So friends, listen carefully. While comparing, if all are greater than, we can say x greater than y or less than y or equal to y. But while comparing, if we find 1 less than and 1 greater than, definitely the relationship between x and y cannot be established, right? So friends, finally we got an answer for question number 6, that is x and y relation cannot be established. And the main thing is, while some students, what they used to do is, listen carefully, here I have written the 66 as 11 into 6, and some of my friends used to ask a doubt, right? Why I can able to write like this, right? Just bring this 2 to the denominator. This 66 can be written as 2 into 33. because 33 into 2 will be 66. So friends, after writing this, some students what they used to do, they used to check whether we are getting minus 23 or not. In this case, listen carefully, just split this 33 again as 3 into 11, and here it is 2 and here it is 2. So bring all the number to the next step. So now if you find the factors, because here it is minus 23, 3 into 2 will be 6 and 6 into 2 will be 12. So we can, while multiplying the three numbers, it is 12 and the remaining number is 11. So again we got the same answer. So whatever you can write this 99 as 3 into 33. So whatever you do, you will definitely find the factors. But the important thing is, every step we need to bring all the numbers. That is important. You should not miss this number. So every step bring the number, the previous number to the next step, which is most important. So finally we got an answer. X and Y relationship cannot be established. The last 7th question. So both the given expression is a quadratic equation, right? So here it is plus 196. So friends, plus 196 is an even number, right? Like a previous case. Even though it's an even number, but listen carefully, it's also a square number, because 14 square will be 196. So friends, if it is not a square number, divide by 2. If it is a square number, write this as 14 and 14, because 14 and 14 will be 196. Then we can split this 14 as 7 into 2. Again split this 14 as 7 into 2. And our target to bring 53, right? So I think, listen here friends, 7 into 7 will be 49, right? And 2 into 2 will be 4. So when we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be 196. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 53. So finally we found the factors, right? So x1, here it is plus 49, but while writing change the sign as minus 49. x2, here it is plus 4, but while writing it should be minus 4. So finally we got the answer as x1 will be minus 49 and x2 will be minus 4. So let me move on to the second expression, friends. So second expression will be 153. So friends, 153 is not a square number, not a cube number, not an even number, but 153 is an odd number. If it is an odd number, initially we need to divide this by 3. So when we divide this by 3, so friends listen here, 5 3s are 15, so 1 3s are 3. So 51 into 3 will be 153. Again 51 can be written as 3 into 17, because 17 into 3 will be 51. So bring this 3 to the next step. So our target to bring 26, right, that is plus 26. So I think we can write this as 3 into 3 will be 9. Yeah, listen carefully friends. 3 into 3 will be 9. So here it is 17. When we add both the numbers, the resultant will be plus 26. When we multiply both the numbers, the resultant will be definitely 153. So finally we can say that y1, here it is plus 9, but while writing change the sign as minus 9. Here it is minus 17. So finally we got the factors, that is x will be minus 49 minus 4, y will be minus 9 and minus 17. So friends, now we need to compare all the x value with the y value. So x values are minus 49 and minus 4 and minus 4. So y value will be minus 9, minus 17, minus 9 and minus 17. So friends, minus 49 and minus 9. So minus 9 is greater than minus 49 minus 17. Again minus 17 is greater than. Here minus 4 and minus 9, minus 4 greater than. Here it is minus 4 greater than. By comparing all the x value with the y value, we got 1 less than and 1 greater than. So definitely if we got 1 less than and 1 greater than while comparing, relationship for x and y cannot be established. We can't able to say what is the relationship between x and y. So friends, finally we got the answer for the last 7th question in this lesson number 2 is x and y relationship cannot be established. So friends, finally we have solved 7 different quadratic equation question that is based on type number 1, that is x before x square no constant, and similarly before y square there is no constant. So friends, listen carefully. In this lesson number 2, you should remember one important concept, that if it is a 2-digit number, finding a multiples and finding the factor is so easy. But when we move on to a 3-digit number, this is one of the shortcut technique where you can easily find the factors of this 3-digit numbers. So friends, if you are brilliant in mathematics, you can directly say what is the multiple. I am talking about the students who are beginners. If you are a beginner, so better follow those rules. After practicing more number of questions, without doing this, you can find what is the factor for the question. So friends, the comparing part is most important. So don't forget to watch my lesson number 1. So remember that every x value should be compared with y value. And we should say what is the relationship between x and y. So friends, thank you so much for watching this video. So go and watch my lesson number 3. So lesson number 3 will be before x square, there will be some constant.